Did Donald Trump fire too many missiles at Iran? I mean, when it comes to certain types, he said, we have a virtually unlimited supply of these weapons. Wars can be fought forever. But no, they can't. Because the way the US fights wars is to go hard and fast with the fanciest, most complex weapons.
The United States strategy in warfare has been less a war of attrition and one of shock and awe.
Take this Tomahawk, for example. Long range, stealthy, flies low to avoid enemy radar. You know what just one of these costs? $2.6 million. Before the start of the war on Iran, the US was estimated to have about 3,100 of them. That's about $8 billion in Tomahawk missiles. But in the first month and a half of the war, the US is now estimated to have launched at least 1,000 of them. That's a third of their stock, $2.6 billion worth of just this one type of munition.
CNN has learned that the U.S. military has significantly depleted its stockpile of key missiles during the war with Iran.
Look at missile defense, Patriot, interceptors, $4 million a shot. The U.S. has gone through about half of its supply of 2,000. THAAD ballistic interceptors. The U.S. was thought to have hundreds of these at $15 million a shot. They may now only have dozens left after fending off Iran for 2 months.
That war has consumed large amounts of precision munitions. We're shooting bullets and missiles at a rate that exceeds our ability to produce them.
And that's the killer here. The US isn't so worried right now about Iran's ability to fight back. But rebuilding weapons takes years because you can't just go to the missile store and sweep a bunch of interceptors into your shopping cart and go to the self-checkout. The people who make these weapons scale down during peacetime. They aren't building on spec. They're building based on orders. So war breaks out. They get the call. Now they need a workforce. They need to train that workforce, sort out contracts, logistics, and spool up production lines and supply chains.
There is a realistic limit to how quickly these lines can pump out replacement missiles. It is a question of personnel and training and material.
Now, this is fine, except what experts are warning about is that during this process of rebuilding, what if a peer adversary like China tries to exploit US weakness?
There's this window of vulnerability in the Western Pacific because of inventory depletion. China's been very clear that they intend to reunify Taiwan, but when and how has been a debate.
So China stretches out while the US is stretched thin. It's not a certainty, but the US is certainly less menacing when it's got half the weapons it normally does. That means even when the war on Iran ends, the US will be feeling it for years.